hace billete sin tener sugar daddy. Las chamas son arrechas, son como ron exclusiva la cosecha. Cuando te hablan con el acento te flechan. No se sabe si son de ellas o son hechas. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. I'm Kevin Mendes.
And I'm Courtney Menzies.
Courtney, we're very excited about this Monday episode. Let's tease our viewers what can they expect on today's show.
Well, we have the Belize Canoe Association who's going to be here talking about all the controversy that's going on a week before La Ruta Maya.
Ooh, that's going to be very, very hot. But what's also going to be even hotter is that Jules is joining us today for the Monday Morning Beef. Stay tuned how that's going to look like. And we have that and many conversations waiting for you on this Monday episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And Courtney,
Let's do it.
go to the couch.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
To everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me, this
You
one
and
you're
I were the first ones to see
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
the
happening
world
over the
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode. It's March 2nd. I want to say thank you so much for welcoming Courtney and I into your space. We're very excited about today's episode. Before we get into everything, let's bring in the weather, and that's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning. Mainly fair weather prevails over the country, and in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and then partly cloudy tonight. Showers will be isolated, and then high temperatures will reach around 85 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 90 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and then 82 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. Low temperatures for tonight will reach around 75 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 68 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and then 62 degrees Fahrenheit in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots, with sea conditions being slight to light chop. And then high tides occur at 9:44 this morning and at 9:40 tonight. Low tides at 3:22 this afternoon, then at 4:19 tomorrow morning. The sun will rise at 6:10 this morning and set at 5:59 this evening, while moonrise is at 5:30 this evening and moon set at 6:12 tomorrow morning. And now for the extended forecast. Mainly fair weather conditions will continue for Tuesday and Tuesday night, with only isolated showers developing. And next we have the fire risk forecast. The risk for brush and forest fires will be low to moderate as continued fair weather prevails on Tuesday. And finally, for the sargassum update, observations show sargassum increasing over the area during the past few days. Further increases are expected for the next several days, with moderate impacts along coastal destinations. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
Everyone, that was the weather update, and now we're here with Jules on the Monday Morning Beef. Jules, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You are
I'm very bright.
very bright today.
At least outwardly. Inwardly, I'm dark and dull.
Oi. Courtney is like, oi.
Yeah, she's seen it.
She's seen it,
Up
yes.
close.
But Jules, thank you so much for joining us today. How is the beef going to be served?
This is a light char. No heavy fire, no raging inferno.
All right.
I will be completely calm.
Okay. All right.
Preternaturally.
Yes, very good. So let's get started with it then.
Yes. So
So the NBC goes live.
the National Bus Company.
The National Bus.
Today is the first day.
How's
Well, I'm sorry. Sunday, March 1st was the first day. Today is March
Yeah.
2nd, but today is the first working day. If we look in the folder, guys, I think we have a picture of standees coming in live from Punta Gorda. I just received this on what was formerly a James bus. The one with the standees. It should be there. Yeah, that's it. That's the picture. Yeah, so, these are the problems that the National Bus Company will have to deal with now. So that's right now the James bus from Punta Gorda, formerly James, now the National Bus Company. These problems fall on the shoulder of the National Bus Company, and I'm not starting it out in a negative way. I am just saying, and I think we have the images of the bus company, of them changing the logos, etc. Very iconic things this weekend. That was formerly, that might be
Is that a Westline?
Westline,
Yeah.
right? They're changing all the logos. That is a James, I believe.
Yeah.
So there's
Okay.
no more James.
No more James. That's the National Bus Company. The iconic James
they
bus
put the sign
line
at the top
is
there.
no more. It's now the National Bus Company. The South is crying out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really big moment, and it's a very bold move by the Minister of Transportation. He got it done. I think it's just my personal feeling that it's ill-advised because you buy a lot of old junk.
Yeah. I
And
was
you are now
expecting new
responsible
buses.
for them and all their problems, right? In terms of the old buses. I understand the economics of why these were being used. But when you buy these old buses, you buy a lot of headaches. You buy a mechanic job, right? It's not easy. It's not easy to manage. But this is what they see as the way to save Belizeans from the tragedy that is public transport in Belize. And you guys have lived it.
It still looks tragic.
It still looks tragic.
Yes. To think that it's just the name change and you still have to go on.
Yeah. You still have to go on a bus.
Yeah,
to
on a
Sunup
bus
and-
that is-
And my Brockdown and
Right. So, yeah, and now the state is responsible for that, or it's a PPP, right? Public-private partnership. But ultimately, it's the state that's responsible. And I want to know how much people are being paid and if the people were hired on the fair practices or if it's just the usual, boy, I got my friend here, I got my constituent here. If they were hired for meritocratic, on a meritocracy basis, or if they were just hired because, yes, he's my supporter, he's my constituent, because it's running a big operation. And I think there are some large salaries involved, six-figure salaries I've been hearing reports of. And if you work for James Bus Line, you never made make six figures. So I want to know what are the salaries for the National Bus Company. But it's a new era. We have some more, maybe a couple more images, guys. It's a new era in bus transport in Belize. And ardently, we hope for the best. As someone with employees and who live out district, and all of us have relatives who live out district, there's a West line coming under the NBC logo. As we're all in touch with people who have to use the buses. And it's not easy for commuters. It is an everyday pain to travel on these buses.
Yeah. Jules, what all does this National Bus Company will entail? in
Well-
terms of like, is it gonna like modernize?
Well, yeah.
Everything is supposed to modernize everything. It's supposed to. First of all,
Modernize the term. Go ahead.
the fleet is supposed to be electric, which he says will come on stream next year. He says that the entire fleet will be electric. The tracking of the buses, the payment is supposed to be cashless. You're supposed to be able to see like a schedule and whatnot. And
Okay.
pretty much like how public transport works in our country that's actually operating. Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand why the Minister of Transportation, respect to him, is doing it. He's saying this is the only way to modernize it. I personally, I don't agree, but he's bold, he has a plan, and he's going ahead with it. But certainly, something has to change. We cannot continue to have a mid-20th century bus system, especially, with a growing population, people commuting
Yeah.
more and more. And also, we have a tourism sector. I always say that when you reach a bus station, you know how a government feels about its
For
society.
Sure. I always think about like tourists because like when you're traveling in other countries and you rely on public transport, there's a schedule, you see the prices, it's running more efficiently. Not in every country, of course, but in most countries. Or bigger countries. But when we come to Belize and tourists who want to use the public transport because it's like the cheapest way to get around. What you do? What's the schedule?
Yeah.
Which bus go where? This at the terminal?
My question is why the rush? So like, okay, I can see where they're gonna
Yeah.
come with electric buses next
Next
year.
year.
So why rush to take on these old buses, knowing that it's a liability because they may break down and then you have to be paying. So like that's an expense that you could save until you're able to like have the electric buses and full on run the entire system. Why the rush to take on these buses now?
I don't know. I think I think there's an urgency to get it operational so that it can be managed and then transitioned. I don't know. But it will be a hell of a feat keeping these old buses on the road. You see, because I'm saying, right? When you have an old vehicle, as I have many, you know every vicissitude of this vehicle. You know what it needs urgently and where it needs in 6 months. When you are buying this over as the state, you don't have that intimate relationship with these buses. These later buses are decades old. The person who was a mechanic for them know how to mine.
Yeah, they have a special trick, I'm sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the issue. Forgive me. So, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But there will be a lot of complaints coming in, and the government or the PPP venture will have to take it for the time being. But it's the beginning of a great adventure, and it starts today. And like I said, it's the same old. Right now, then it come from PG, stand easy up on the bus.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's not an easy road to manage public transport in Belize. And we want to see the salaries. We want to know if they get paid 6 figures for be certain posts. That would be regular
Yeah.
in the bus transport system. But all right, let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's talk about the Ruta Maya controversy, Jules.
Yeah, so the Belize Canoe Association,
They'll be on today.
great. They had a meeting on Saturday. And at the meeting, they agreed. Obviously, there's this ongoing controversy with Love FM's sponsorship of the Pelican Ruta Maya. So the Belize Canoe Association, and we have video of the announcement they made on Saturday. So the Belize Canoe Association had a meeting, and they said that next year, the son of one of the founders, Orlando Harrison, that's Sadane Bong Harrison, will be taking over the organization of the race next year. So they plan to, this is what they're saying right now,
Okay.
to take it away from Love FM. That was the meeting. Elvin Penner is the vice president of the Belize Canoe Association, and he's making the announcement, and that's the young Mr. Harrison beside him. So they are taking it away from Love next year. Love and the current organizing team. For this year, we can confirm that the race is finishing at Halova. That's not changing.
Oh.
And you will have to pay to go into the grand
Resorts.
resorts and residences.
Yeah.
So it won't be open, free for all at Belcan as it was in every year previous, which, as you know, has chafed many people.
Yeah.
Right? But I think a fee will be charged at the other stops as well, where it finishes at the other
They
stop.
usually charge fees.
Yeah, okay. You know, there is, so the Canoe Association has said that for this year they will still paddle. But they are planning to boycott Love FM, not to give Love FM any interviews. They feel that Love FM has sold out their race, and I'll address that shortly. But, you know, so you have to look at the historical context of the race, right? And how it has gone away from its roots to becoming something much more corporate. And that is a reality that you cannot avoid in life. Every sport exists because of corporate sponsorship. The biggest, EuroLeague, NBA, any sport you want to call upon, Formula One racing, they all exist as a platform for corporations to make billions of dollars in advertising. That is why sports exists, organized sport. It's for fun, but it's actually for money. So we have to understand this, right? But we the Belize, and this is our grassroots race. And they say they want to keep it that way, right? So, because one of the controversies is, for example, that you can't buy village wine, right? Because you could only buy Belican products.
Yeah.
So, it's really, it's a push and pull between the roots, the grassroots basis of the race, and the reality that big sporting events exist for corporate profit. And it's not cheap to organize this race.
For sure.
It's not simple and it's not cheap. Love FM has taken over the organization, working along with persons in the Harrison family. And it's not an easy job that they do. And they sold the corporate sponsorship to Boyne and Boyne, or the title sponsorship as it's called. But whoever takes it over next year, and 1 year is a long time for many conversations to happen. But whoever takes it over next year, it's not cheap to organize and it's not easy. And so, it's very easy for them to criticize Love. And I understand that for making it corporate and making it and taking it away from its roots. But at the same time, it's not an easy job organizing a race with so many moving parts, an event with so many moving parts.
Yeah, and the thing about Love FM having or organizing it is that they cover it. So if you can't go, you still keep track because, Love FM has radio stations everywhere. You could get the station everywhere, so it's like you could still follow it along the radio and along the television. They put a lot of effort into, and the people who are on the ground, all these announcers and camera people on the ground, they work so hard. Even Victor has done it many years, so he knows that they work very hard to cover it for these 4 days. So, and then again, it's a national event. So if they're not a part of it, who then covers this race? If you can't make it to the race, how do you then tune in to what's happening? Because nobody has the kind of reach especially on the radio, that Love FM has.
So the Courtney makes all the points, but the event is at the crossroads. Will it remain grassroots, or will it go corporate, as most sports in the world do? Right?
Yeah.
Everything starts out simple and for the community but in order to grow any sport and to grow the coverage, the media coverage, you need corporate sponsorship that is over the top, that is branded. So, we'll have to see where it goes in the next year. There's a lot of time for conversation between now and then, but the decision as it stands right now for this year's race is that the Canoe Association says they will not do any interviews with the Love FM people who are there. They will do interviews with Channel 5 and Channel 7. That's what they say. Right? So we have to see where it goes. But it has been a defining controversy in the history of the race, the long history of the race. And they plan to take it back over and take it from Love FM next year. So let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how this year's one plays out. If they are really able to boycott Love, as they say they will. Yeah. So let's see where it goes. Yeah. So moving on.
Yeah. Courtney, let's announce the next one.
CARICOM and the Hegemon.
CARICOM and the Hegemon. CARICOM
Hegemon.
is lost. You know, watched a lot of the events related to the CARICOM Heads of Government Summit in St. Kitts and Nevis over the past few days. And the impact that the United States, the polarizing effect that the United States is having on the region is so alarming to me, right? I mean, there is no region on earth that shares as much with the United States as we do in CARICOM. And however, we are small, vulnerable nations in CARICOM, and they are the big imperium. But when I look at CARICOM's inability, and there we see the lovely picture taken at the retreat, everybody in matching shirts, so cute, except for the president of Trinidad, who by then may done cuss all of them out and roll out. Right? She wasn't at that retreat. She had already retreated back to Trinidad.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that the effect of the United States, the polarizing effect of the United States on our regional bloc is very visible. Cuba, I think, was one of the biggest issues. Every nation in this region, I believe, owes a debt to Cuba for assisting us with education, assisting us with doctors, assisting us all. Belize in our history, Cuba has always assisted us in our quest for independence. So every country owes Cuba a debt of some sort or the other. And Cuba is facing a humanitarian crisis brought on, induced by the United States and its embargo and sanctions against Cuba. And the only announcement that came out of that meeting was that in 1 month, we will have a humanitarian package of support. They can't say what it is, but Cuba is in an emergency. This is our Caribbean brother. We share the same sea. Cuba is in an emergency, and the best that could come out was that in 1 month, we will know what we will do. We're just saying we'll do a humanitarian support. But I don't think that speaks or that responds urgently enough. But the reason we can't is because everybody is afraid of the United States. I believe our Prime Minister spoke up when the CARICOM nations met with Mr. Rubio about the need to address Cuba, but the fact is, address the crisis in Cuba. But the fact is that we are small, vulnerable nations who depend on the United States for a lot that we do, especially tourism, especially visas for people to travel and go and study, etc. And it's not easy to fly in the face of the United States. And I think that countries in this region are really paralyzed by fear of the United States. Nobody wants to offend the hegemon. Nobody wants to offend. So everybody just quietly and meekly goes about its business and say, we would like to help Cuba. May we? Like, we actually have to kind of ask for permission. Is it okay if we try to help our brother, our Cuban brother? You know, it's tough. And we know that President Trump is having his Shield of the Americas summit. We're heads of state from Argentina, Bolivia, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guyana, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana are expected to join, as well as Costa Rica and Chile. So these are Shield of the Americas. These are all the friendly right-wing countries, or countries with oil in Guyana's case, in the region that Mr. Trump is inviting to one of his golf clubs in Doral, Florida. But it's a friendly meeting, but again, this has a divisive effect on the CARICOM bloc, because it's saying we're picking you two, because remember, Trinidad has supported the United States in all these military drone attacks on vessels in the Caribbean Sea. There's a U.S. warship right now parked off the coast of Trinidad in Trinidadian waters. So Trinidad has been, the current president has been very pro-U.S. So this has a divisive effect on the region. And the truth is, if United States would wish to do it, they could block up CARICOM easy. Because even though it's one of the longest lasting regional blocs in the world, longer than the European Union in terms of when it was established, because of our economic and geographical vulnerability, I think it's in a very fragile state right now. And that is the effect of the Monroe Doctrine, as they call it, the Monroe Doctrine, where the United States is saying, you all are our backyard. And everybody is saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it will be interesting to see what happens in CARICOM going forward, especially after this Shield of the Americas Summit, I think, in early March, in the first week of March in Florida. But I think CARICOM looked very meek last
and they're
week.
already divided with Trinidad.
And there's other countries in the region that are, like putting out the medical doctors, Cuban medical.
Yes, they're under pressure. They're under pressure. They're under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, and they're conscious about what is happening, in the Middle East, for instance, with, like if you are against the U.S. empire.
And if the U.S. is already bombing the Caribbean Sea,
Yeah, there, it's a Trump effect, and we all just have to hold our breaths and play nice, right?
Yeah. So let's now talk about Edwin Drive Flowers.
Yeah, so, Edwin was considered one of the leaders of the PIV gang, which is a powerful gang, and he died yesterday of natural causes I think he had 2 strokes, they say. He was in a boat fishing off Key Corker, and they had some mechanical problems. Apparently, he got quite flustered, as anyone would when your boat shut down, and he had a stroke. They resuscitated him. They took him in there. I think they had to tow in the boat to shore, and then he had another when they were arriving at the shore in Key Corker, and he passed away. Edwin Drive Flowers was a leading gang figure in Belize, 43 years old, but a very powerful presence in the gang on the world. He was shot, I remember he was shot in the face near his eye in 2014, right? So in the vast, you all have to understand, that there's a ecosystem in gang life where these people are community leaders. These people, they help a lot of people out.
Okay.
The gang helps out a lot of people, right? These are communities of great need, and a gang leader is viewed as a benefactor in his neighborhood, in his community. And so these are in a system where many economic needs are not met. We live in a very poor country. Gang leaders serve a very important role, and they're very respected and revered in their communities. In other communities, they may want to harm them. In the vast totality, in the sadness, of life when a young person dies for 3 years old. That he was not targeted or shot, and that led to his death, is merciful. In terms of if you are someone of that prominence, there are a lot worse ways to go. You know, his death is a great loss for his family and his community and his group. But all things considered, he could have ended up many worse ways, right? Because had he been targeted in a shooting and killed in a shooting, that would have been a seriously cataclysmic event.
Yeah, it would have led to retaliation.
In the streets, yes, it would have led to a lot of things. He died of natural causes, very sad for his family. But he was a big man in Belize's gang culture, Edwin Dry Flowers. So, yeah, that's what happened yesterday. Moving on.
No apologies from Belmopan leaders. Like 3 weeks later, how long has it been?
Yeah, I don't think those guys won't apologize. We're talking about Mr. Mira and your representative for Belmopan, Mr. Mira, and the mayor, Mr. Kawich, Pablo. You know, these guys disowned one of their Belmopan residents. They said he wasn't from there, and that, you know, this crime came from outside, right? But, you know, and the president of the National Garifuna Council spoke up. You know, he said that he thinks they should apologize, and a leading member of the Garifuna community, Mr. Swazo, the former ombudsman, also spoke up saying the same. But they haven't apologized. And I just want to mark it, and they won't apologize.
Yeah.
They won't apologize for disowning the young man from his own community because he does not look like them, because he's Afro-descended.
Yeah, apart from the othering, I also think like it's just this PUP nature of being just defensive so quickly. Nobody that, when we asked them, well, I wasn't a part of the interview, but one could imagine that when they were asked, they just asked to comment on this tragic event that happened in their community, which is a fair question. Nobody's saying, your fault, you the cause this happened because of you. Nobody's pointing fingers at them, but they just, I feel like they immediately jumped to saying, oh, that's not our fault because they're not fire. Nobody's saying that you pull the trigger, you kill them, you cause the situation. We all know that our country on a whole has a problem. Our country on a whole has an issue. And for them to just jump up and get defensive and then now doubling down on their mistake for even saying that, I just think that, like, why were they being so defensive about it? Just say that, like, you know, it's unfortunate that this thing happened in our community. Belmopan is still a relatively safer place, especially compared to a lot of other places in Belize, especially compared to, you know, Belize City itself. So you don't have to jump down and hurry, like, try to cover this thing up as if everybody's saying that, oh, Belmopan is like terror town or something.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know why they got so defensive so quickly about it, and then not even like, and then another PUP trait is doubling down, not even like say, yo, my bad. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
I feel like it's coming from the nature of wanting to preserve how safe Belmopan is, and not acknowledging that there is a problem that's taking place in there, right? Because when you point it out, like, it's people coming in from the outside is not wanting to face what's really happening within your space and how much it's changing, right? It's urbanization. There's many people moving in the area. These things, I'm not saying it's bound to happen, but, you know, like, the chances does increase with your population growth in the area. So it's like, we're not really addressing the problem. We're just saying, oh, those people come from the outside. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you know, it's the othering that we speak about, but it's the inability or the unreadiness to confront anything.
Right.
Right?
Just handle it like, yeah, this happened. Make we deal with it.
Exactly. You know, 20 years ago, San Pedro, you say, they're bringing crime to San Pedro. These others. These others. And now, San Pedro is exporting crime. San Pedro is a net exporter of narco crime into Corozal, into other communities, into Belize City as well. Because of the effect of drugs, you know, all the wet drops up in the north. San Pedro is an exporter of crime. So what are they going to say? No, are we to say that San Pedro, they bring crime? Yeah, we are one nation. We all have to live with each other. and the failures and foibles of each other, all if affect us all. You can't isolate yourself, but it's such a sea change from the PUP of Said Musa that I knew 20 years ago. Said Musa himself would have jumped up and apologized. This man is his roots, his family's roots are from Barranco. This young man, Mr. Alvarez.
Okay.
20 years ago, the PUP would have apologized. Said Musa himself may go and apologize because they had an acute cultural sensibility.
Would you
Right?
feel like they were more secure too? I feel like some of the people, they give off like an insecurity about...
Yeah, they give off a lot of insecurity. Let me show you something. This man stood up last week. He came to a UDP press conference in San Pedro and said that, Andre Perez took away my land. And then the next day he went on Alfonso Noble's show. I think we did an interview with him as well, where he said, after I spoke up at a press conference, they took away my job. Right? Yeah. This is a poor man from San Pedro who spoke up. When we ran the story, and we have to get a comment from the representative, Mr. Perez, Andre Perez. This man explode breads. He's saying that this man is a blatant liar and he's being used as a political tool by you to be all right. He's just a citizen, just a poor man.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody to try to get an advantage in a life. Right? But look at because we sent him a transcript of what the man said. He said it in Spanish and we transcribed it to English and we send this to the politician for a comment. Look at what Mr. Perez will tell our reporter, Jaliza Roberts. And he can't speak nor type nor read English. Someone typed it for him. Bro, we sent you a transcript. Like, just chill, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're wrong with you. Like, why would I have to fly off like that? Like, just be cool. This is just a poor man. This is just a poor man trying to get his.
Right. And as a politician, every day people will come to us for comment about XYZ. You're used to this by now. Why on the job?
Exactly. And we're reaching out in a good spirit.
Right.
But you don't have to say, he can't speak nor type nor read English. Someone type it for him. Bro, understand how the world works. We typed it. It's a transcript of what he said. Like, it's sad that... Man, on a chill. Like, why you all have to be so defensive? But this is a pattern of behavior in the PUP.
Yeah.
Which leads to our next subject and the closing one.
Yeah. So PUP attacks Jules again.
Yeah, so it's the same defensiveness that we speak about, right?
What is it this time, Jules?
They started another ad against me last week, which is airing on Channel 7.
I saw that and everybody was like, what did he forget, Mick?
Exactly, because, and I'll tell, and I will happily discuss why we chose to run the ad, even though it's blatantly false. Well, it has an AI voice. That's usually a tell.
Yeah.
So that's the ad. We run the ad and said how much millions Channel 7 make. First of all, I had nothing to do with the finances before 2020. I asked our office staff. They said we've never received those types of receipts from the government. I believe it's totally fictitious. I took over in 2020. I can account for every cent that was made since December 16, 2020. But I believe those things are entirely fictitious. But why did we hear it? First of all, because I don't care what they say about me. I enjoy seeing the government attacking a journalist. I want the public to know.
2 million.
I believe in the marketplace of ideas. They ran that same information from a smut site. I think we have the picture of the smut site. They ran that in November when they started their first attack on me. They ran that thing in November. Those same figures, they ran it in November. My brother, it's the marketplace of ideas. The numbers are entirely fictitious, but if you want to believe that, that's fine. Believe it. They will come up with AI receipts, all kind of things. It's the AI era. My brother, it's the marketplace of ideas. Put it out there because I want people to know. I am not an elected official. I'm a public figure. I will accept that. And I have responsibilities as a journalist. I accept that.
Got it.
But they are attacking a journalist, not for my work. Why you not attack me for when I say that the Prime Minister directly reach out to board members of BTL to encourage them to support. At the time, it was $180 million acquisition of the cable companies and SpeedNet. They don't impeach that. They don't attack that. Why don't they attack my reporting on the factual statement that an elected PUP representative in the North is responsible for who thief Budna? They're not attacking it on that. Why don't they attack him for the corrupt Belize Airport Authority contracts which were prepaid before the hijacking? They're not attacking me for that. They have nothing to say. They cannot say anything about my work. Attack me if you want to attack me for my work, but no. They will try to create a distraction, make up all kind of numbers to attack me. When you attack a journalist, I know the run for politics. I will never be in an election, maybe as a joke. I do want to run as a joke. Eventually, if Courtney and the young people will ever allow me to do it, like as a joke. But I am just saying, I am no threat to them from a political perspective. Long may they reign. But when a country begins to attack journalists, when a ruling party begins to attack journalists, we have turned a dire corner. Remember, and I would never put myself in the category of these great men. Remember, we have had political prisoners in this country who are journalists. Philip Goldson and Leigh Richardson were sent to Her Majesty's prison in the mid-1950s because of what was written in a newspaper. Evan X. Hyde, in the 1970s, under the rule of George Price, was taken to court for, I believe it was sedition or seditious intent, something like that, in the 70s. Those men are historic, legendary. They are in a firmament far above any place that I occupy. But there is a pattern of behavior that started from the colonial government, continued into self-government, and has continued into post-independence, that when the ruling party does not want to hear from a journalist, they begin to attack the journalist. The Prime Minister's office put out the most scurrilous, plainly defamatory, shameful press release on me, a journalist, for which he had to call me and apologize personally. They've gone through all of this before. In my opinion, it backfired because it has no effect on what I do. We do what we do without fear or favor, PUDP, and we have been doing it for 30 years. And the people who watch Channel 7 know this. Some people might think you're biased. That's fine. That's fine. We know what we do. So I'm saying that I found it very funny that you're airing an ad about airing ads.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it shows how good our product is. Because, like, the complaint is that supposedly UDP used to air all these ads.
But no, you're giving money to the
Yes,
station
you're
that
feeding it to that same thing. Exactly, because you have to air the ad here.
Yeah, because half the country not see it if you're not hear it here.
I think more than half. But I'm just saying that you are paying tribute to our product by saying that, hey, Uno Miguel at the ads, I'm going to give you more. Yeah. So what I do about that? Huh? And I don't like bring it on. I not challenge it. I not said this ad. No, if it comes about somebody else, I say, boy, that defamatory, that person a boy name, so another message there. Me not in that. Put it out there. Let the marketplace of ideas make a decision. But since they want to talk about fees, make we talk about fees.
Let's talk about fees, Jules.
The Freedom of Information requests. Show the fees to Marine Parade Law Chambers and Courtney Coye LLC. Show those fees. Right. Since you want to talk about how much people they make, show the fees for when they went to defend the corrupt voters list in the run-up to the last election, when the state hired attorneys to defend a corrupt voters list against the public interest. Show those fees. The ombudsman told the attorney general, please show the people the thing. A citizen made a freedom of information request, and you know what they do? They challenge their own ombudsman. It's no surprise that the ombudsman is out of a job, and we have no ombudsman.
Yeah.
We have freedom of information appeals that we need to file right now. We have nobody to file it to. The system is broken, but they know how to fix that. No. Make them make some odds. Make them make some odds to rehash the same BS information that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Make them make some odds about that. Make them make some odds about that. They don't want to show those fees. There are some other fees that I had seen in the budget book for the settlement of a Petrocarib. I think we have that picture, guys. Settlement of Petrocarib. Petrocarib dead 8 years ago, but I seen that in the budget book. We could bring up those images, guys. I say in the budget book, $4 million to settle Petrocarib for the next 3 years. We have it there, guys? I think we do. Let me see if I have it. Yeah? I just want to read it accurately. 1 second. I just want to pull it up here. Forgive me. So, I think I have it here. 4.3 million was paid in fiscal year 2023-24 for legal and professional fees in relation to Petrocarib. And another 4 million is projected to be spent every year for the next 3 years. 16 million in legal and professional advisory fees for the settlement of Petrocarib. But we done a Petrocarib in 2016.
Yeah.
So why is $16 million being sent? So if the government wants to publicize fees, make we talk about those fees.
Yeah.
Right? Those are present right now. See, there it is. You can see the amount there, Mr. Kevin. Is it? No, it's above that. It's above that, guys, above that. If you scroll above that, yeah, right there. There it is. Legal and professional advisory fees of Petrocarib. 5.5, 4.3, 4 million. Who is getting those legal and professional advisory fees? Make we talk about fees since the government is in the business of opening its books and showing people how much who they get. Make we say who, make we say how everybody they get. Make we say those media houses that are on retainer. That's not Channel 7. We've never been on retainer. There are media houses that are on retainer, you know.
Yeah.
You know how it works? They're on retainer when government needs a good story. You call up a certain media house and you get your story.
Your leap of peace. Yeah, if you're fixing Lee Stadium, you're fixing Lee Street.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
You get a puff piece.
Yeah.
Channel 7 know the pan no retainer, has never been on any retainer. We know the pan retainer or restrainer. We are at war at all times with politicians.
Okay.
PUDP doesn't matter. Bring them on. Our job is to hold you accountable and hopefully in the process humiliate you, shame you, and name you because we have centralized systems of corruption in this government that are inherited from the colonial government, where the king decides everything, and we are surrounded by kings. Anyway, all that said, make we talk about fees, government. Publicize their fees, man. Show their fees. That's all that matters. Good, we've said enough. We've said too much. Let us be.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
the beef done.
The beef done.
Yeah, and as usual, we end our beef sessions with a nice little sunrise.
Okay. Who we got this one from?
This is from Brandon.
It's from Brandon, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is Brandon traveling?
He's in Colombia.
Wicked. Okay, wow, wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you, Brandon. His
Yeah.
birthday is this week also.
Okay, and then
Oh,
later
nice.
this month, you're going to send from Brazil.
Yeah, I'm going to Brazil this month
Yeah.
also.
Oh, wow. Okay. Why? People in motion. God.
We're in motion, Jules. It keeps going. Yeah, but with that, we're going to go into our first commercial break. When we're back, we have great conversations waiting for you. Stay tuned.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter winds aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
That's a great intro to our conversation. And joining us on our couch, we have Alan McCoy. Alan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Kevin.
Welcome to our couch on this Monday.
Courtney.
Morning.
How has it been since the last time we had a conversation with you? What have you been up to?
Well, it's been going really good, and I have been out. I have been in and out, like I said, doing some live performances. And I just want to update you that the Mother's Day performance that I did last year went successful at Premium Wines and Spirits, and then Tranquility Lounge until they shut down. And then after that, I had to continue to do more performances along Bullet Tree, Esperanza Village, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, Penquevejo.
Wow, so you've been on a country tour, sounds like.
Correct.
I love it. So you're here to talk about your upcoming events.
Correct.
So where do we get started?
Well, this is how we're going to start off. First thing, I have a concert that is coming up here on Saturday, March 21st. It's going to be held at the Bliss Center for Performing Arts, Palm Court, where I'm going to be doing a list of selections that all the delightful ladies and gents will be enjoying.
Okay, is there tickets available for that event?
Well, then you're gonna have to pay an entrance fee, which is $20. It's gonna be held at the Palm Court of the Center for Performing Arts from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And also, I want to take this time to say that doors will be open from 5 p.m. Showtime is 6 o'clock sharp. So I'm encouraging the general public to come out and show your support.
Very well. That's going to be on March 21st, yeah.
That's going to be on. And also, I just want to let the general public know that I have Easter bookings open and available. I'm talking from April 3rd to 6th. So if anybody interested in have anything for the Easter weekend, they could contact me anytime at 611-5192. Deadline for this is Sunday, March 22nd at 12 midnight.
Okay, to make their booking for their Easter weekend.
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any events in mind that you would like to perform for
yes.
Easter?
I will tell you the list of events that is coming up. Could somebody pass me my phone over there, please? So I could share the information there. Or I will say it out.
Yeah, just say.
Okay. This weekend, coming up March 6th to 8th, I'm participating in the Belize Zone 59 Lions Club Convention. I will also be performing at the Queen Crowning event that will be happening. The event is going to take place at Grand Resort and Residences. Then on the 14th day of March, I'm doing Wonderland Belize Moonlight Market. That is going to be held at Cayo Center for Employment Training. That's going to be from 5 p.m. until 12 midnight.
Okay.
And then the next event I'm going to take part in will be on... It will be on March 15th. March 15th, Haven House Power and Purple Brunch. That will be happening 2 p.m. at the new location, which is Government of House of Culture. Because I could recall last year, it was held at the UII Open Campus. Because, I love supporting Haven House, doing live performances for them.
Yeah? Why do you like supporting Haven House?
Well, the reason why I'm supporting Haven House because of the fact that I don't like to see women and children getting abused or so in terms of domestic violence. So that's why I'm here to do nothing but advising ladies what to do when they're in an abusive relationship to seek help. Because I say that domestic violence towards a lady is not the answer.
Right.
And I really don't like that at all. So I just want to encourage the ladies to seek help ASAP.
Okay. Very well.
And people can come to the Haven House event as well to support, right?
That's correct. The contribution for this is like $100 per person, and all the proceeds will go to Haven House Foundation to support those who are housed because of domestic violence situation. Then on the 20th of March, I'm going to Dangriga Night Market, where I'll be right there conducting a musical booking clinic and performance there. So if anybody would like to get to me, they want to come and see me at Dangriga, once they have a wedding, a birthday party, a 15 años, a fashion show, a beauty pageant, a sip and paint party, you name all the event, I will mark you down. And then, like I said, March 21st, as I stated earlier, having a live concert at the Bliss Center for Performing Arts Palm Court. So I encourage everyone to come out. And then on March 28th, 2026, I'm scheduled to go to Belmopan Night Market to conduct the musical booking clinic there and performance there. Because if you see me at Belmopan, if you see me to perform either in Belmopan or Dangriga Night Market, I have a little tip jar which I usually display. And what I will do, I have people dropping off some donations, and then at the end of the show, I will go into my room, count how many make, and sometimes it will cover for myself. And whatever little tips, for example, like 5 or 10 cents, I use it to cover. I used to donate it to the restaurant of choice. For example, like when I go to Digi Park on Sunday, whatever tips I collected, I do take some for myself. And whenever I get food from Transan Palace, the rest of tips would go to the restaurant to get them active.
Okay. So it sounds like you're booked for March.
Yes, I'm all booked out for the entire month of March.
That's very good.
And also tomorrow, I'm going to be celebrating the Giant's birthday, which is the mighty Lord Rayburn. I was invited to go to the event.
Oh, wow. That must be quite a special feature, no? To be...
Yeah, because, I have been listening to most of Lord Rayburn classics for so many years. Doesn't matter which format. It could be on cassette, compact disc, vinyl record.
Can you play Lord Raybon's song on your saxophone?
I cover them, yeah.
You
So
have?
you'll be playing one of his songs at the event?
Well, I'll do some of his selections at the event later tomorrow night.
Okay, and is it a public event? Like other people can go?
Well,
Like
this is
specially
this is just a special event, Courtney.
Okay.
And I got the picture from last week, Thursday or Friday, thanks to Miss Kim Vasquez. Kim Vasquez, big up herself from the Bliss Center. And also, I send a shout out to Challenger Hotel in Dangliga who are tuning in, because that was the hotel I stayed this past Saturday night.
Okay.
And I'm planning to go back again on the 20th of March.
Very well. So you're saying that you are available for booking for the Easter break and
for the Easter break, yes.
Because in March you're booked. Can you share contact information for people to book you? And
okay, the contact information they can reach me on is 611-5192, 611-5192. And if they have any issues reaching me through that line, they can contact me on Facebook at Alan the Real McCoy _saxophone musician. Instagram, Alan the Real McCoy. YouTube channel, Alan the Real McCoy. Or email is alanmccoy17@gmail.com.
Very good.
And is there anywhere people can go that they can see the list of events you'll be performing at?
Yeah, they could see it all.
On your social media?
On my social media, yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And also, I have other performances I do where you could catch me on weekly basis. Every Wednesday evening, I will travel. I will go to Belama Best Buy grocery shop that is right on corner Albert Hoy Avenue and Juliet Soberan Street, doing my live saxophone Wednesdays right there. And then on Sunday evening, I will normally go to Digi Park to do the saxophone Sundays in the park.
Okay.
I'm there from 5:30 p.m. until 8:30.
Very good. Fun. Okay. All right. So as we start wrapping up on this conversation, Alan, do you have any last words to share with our viewers? Are you going to be playing any short clip before we leave?
Yes, I would like to inform the viewers that if you're anywhere in Belize today, I ask that you please come out and support me at the live concert that's happening at the Bliss Center. I'm looking forward to see you there.
Yeah.
So please don't be afraid. Just don't be late.
Remind us of the date and time.
It's Saturday, March 21st at from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, and then that's a $20 entrance.
That's a $20 entrance fee, yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Great.
So thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you to
Thank
Alan
you
for joining us.
here. Yeah. So you heard that, guys. Again, if you want to book Alan, you could call him or you could contact him through WhatsApp, and you could call him at 611-5192, or you can go to his social media pages to see what he has in store. Again, he has Easter open, and I'm sure you have April open, right?
Yes, I have April open, with the
right.
exception of April 25th, because I gotta go do something for the Belize City Lions Club induction ceremony, World Induction Day. As you know, I'm a part of the Belize City Lions Club, and I'll big them up as well.
Okay, great. So most days in April are open. If you have any events coming up, and you want some nice saxophone music there, you can invite Alan, or you could hire Alan at the phone numbers that we stated earlier. So we're going on a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have more for you.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? the rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episodes. Before the commercial break, we had a great conversation with Alan McCoy, promoting his many events that he's going to be participating in March. And definitely, he's here to say if you have any event that you would like for him to play during the month of April, his bookings are available. We move on to our next conversation. And joining us on our couch, we have Brooke Pollard, who is the co-founder of the Orlando Pollard Senior Foundation. Today we're going to find out more about what the foundation is about. They have upcoming events where there's an invitation for you to participate and support them. So Brooke, good morning. Welcome to our couch.
Thank you.
How is your energy this Monday?
It's good. I'm glad to be in Belize. I'm from the Northeast. We've been having snow and freezing temperatures, so it's great to be back
so I'm
home
sure the
in Belize.
warmth is like
Yes.
so well received, no?
Yes, it is.
So it's the first time we're having a conversation with you and having a conversation about the Orlando Pollard Senior Foundation. So let's get started by knowing more about what the foundation is about.
Sure. So we started this foundation to honor my father. He passed away in early 2023 from cancer. But before he died, and long before that, when we lived in Belize, my father was a police officer. He made it to the ranks of inspector before he retired. That was in the late 70s. In the early 90s, we emigrated to the United States, and he, when he retired from working, he became very generous. He started donating all his retirement income to children's efforts in the United States, so Shriners Hospitals, Ronald McDonald House. And him and my mother, they used to ask for donations from their friends and family in the United States, and they would go shopping for Christmas for toys, and they would ship it to Belize to my sister, who's part of the ministry at St. John's Cathedral.
Okay.
And she would donate the toys to the children. When he died, we wanted to carry on his legacy, so we decided to start this foundation. And our focus was mainly on kids because that's what he was passionate about. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to focus on education and sports. We grew up at, right in front of Wesley College on Cemetery Lane next to Yarborough Field. So all my brothers, at some point, we played football at Yarborough Field, and we all encountered Mr. Jerome Mejia, also known as Pilaf. And there were always children at Yarborough Field all year long. And when I was a kid playing with those kids, it never dawned on me until I became an adult that what Jerome is doing, he's trying to keep these kids on the straight path, you know, have them remain in school, stay away from gangs, be respectful. And we thought, what better way to honor my father's legacy than to work with Pilaf in that regard. So we started partnering with him. So from an education perspective, starting in 2024, we started sponsoring one youth who came up within the Yarborough football ranks, and we pay for their tuition in high school.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we also, in 2025, we sponsored another player who came through the ranks there, and we're going to continue doing that. And then, so that's what we do from education perspective. We have like larger ambitions for these children. Right now we're self-funded, so everything that we do comes from our own pockets.
Okay.
And we just became a recognized charity in the United States, so now we can start soliciting donations from people.
Wow.
They can write it off as a tax exemption on their taxes, and we can get some money to help these kids in Belize. My brother, one of my brother, Farley, who's also a co-founder, he lives in California. He's partnering with a life coach. He has a seminar every weekend, once a weekend in October. And he's also passionate, that person's also passionate about youth and sports as well. So my brother told him about our foundation, and he was drawn by that. So at his next event in October, he's gonna do a black tie gala before his event, his retreat, and he's going to donate all the proceeds from that to our foundation with the anticipation that we can then grow our foundation to help more Belizean youth, whether it be in education or through sports. He has children that he works with in Africa. One of his ambitions is for that we could give our children in Belize exposure to children around the world to see that they have similarities with what they're passionate about, whether it be education and sports. And so these kids that, you know what, you can be a good model citizen for Belize, for your community, but you can also see what it is out there as well.
Okay, I wanna go and talk about that now. The Orlando Pollard Senior Foundation is a recognized charitable organization in the United States.
Correct.
For any viewer that's tuned into this conversation that's living in the US, how can they get in touch with you to make donations so that you can be able to support, you know, like your activities here in the country?
Sure. So they can reach us on any one of our social media handles. So we're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. It's the Orlando Pollard Senior Foundation or the Orlando Pollard Senior Football Tournament.
Okay.
They can also reach us via email. It's orlandopollardseniorfoundation@gmail.com. So if anybody wants to work with us, we're willing to work with anyone who has a passion for youth, have a passion for them growing through education and sports.
Yeah.
So if they want to reach out and work with us and help us in any regard, those are our handles that you can reach us at.
So you're saying that you have like various like visions that you would like to like see come to fruition in Belize.
Yes.
Can you give us some insights into like what are those visions like, and how can people like chime in to support the foundation?
Sure. So from an education perspective, we have very ambitious goals for these children. We have every September, we fill a barrel with school supplies. So books, backpacks, pencils, everything that these kids will need for school. And we ship it to Jerome, and he distributes it to the children. We want to start distributing books so that I love reading. And reading it builds your vocabulary, but it opens up your intuition. It piques your interest. So if we can give them books so that they can read and become better citizens, and then what we also want to do is we want to create a role model situation where the older kids that are coming up through the Yarborough football program can mentor the younger children, help them out with their schoolwork. We want to see if we can build a facility somewhere near Yarborough Field where these kids, we can have some computers there. They can come do homework, study, if they can't do that at home, they can come there. The football field is probably their sanctuary, so they can come there, be at peace, do homework, study, and get prepared for whatever educational backgrounds they have.
Wow.
And also, we want to try to at least help these kids. When I speak to them, they all talk about how they want to represent Belize at the national level or international level for football. So we want to help them grow their talent. So I was a youth soccer coach back in New Jersey.
Okay.
And through that, I'd met different people. So there's a coach, he's from England. He's a very tactical, very smart coach. We would like if we can bring that coach here to Belize during the summer, and we can have summer soccer, football camps with him to help these kids fine-tune tactics and their skill sets in football. The guy we work with, the life coach, he is very popular in the United States. He knows a lot of celebrities, and he piqued our interest when he said he could probably get an international footballer to come to Belize.
Oh, that would be
pull that off.
exciting.
That would be perfect. I could just imagine the smiles on these kids' faces.
I love it. I love it.
Like
How does it feel for you to be able to come full circle? And so you're from Yarborough, you moved to the US, and now coming back and supporting these kids.
It feels great, because the first year when we decided to have the, in 2023, when we decided to start the foundation, we didn't know what direction we were going. We just knew that the thing about sports is we can have a football tournament. When we had the tournament, it was July of 2023. My mother was there, all of my siblings were there, and we saw the kids, and my mother didn't know what direction to go with her, where she was raising money for the gift and toy stuff. So she was like, these kids are it. So instead, in that year, instead of doing sending toys, we decided that the money that we raised in the United States, we decided to give each child from the Yarborough Football Club $100 for Christmas so that they can go shopping for whatever they wanted over Christmas. And whatever money was left over, we had a Christmas party for them at the field. So they were very excited about that.
I can imagine. Wow.
So it feels great knowing that we can help these kids out. It feels even more so than when we're helping Jerome out because we know what he's doing, trying to help these kids stay in the right path. Too. So
very
full
good.
circle moment.
Yeah.
And so how can people here in Belize support the tournament, support these children and the foundation?
That's a good question. So all of us being residing in the United States, trying to plan something here in Belize, it's hard. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to form a board with members who are literally down here in Belize so that we can work with them to work with Jerome and anybody else who wants to help us. So they can be any ideas that we have or anything that we need to get done, they can take that on for us and doesn't have to wait until we can physically get here in Belize before we can start doing those things. So if anybody be feeling active into volunteering and wanting to work with us in that regard to help the kids, we're looking for board members.
Very good. All right. That's exciting because it's going to be like, making it like a bit more grounded in Belize once you have that board.
And so how can people contact you?
They can reach out to me on Facebook and on Instagram. I prefer Facebook. I'm at Christopher Pollard. That's my Facebook handle, so they can reach me there. And send me a DM or a message, and I'll definitely get back to you.
All right, so now let's talk about this weekend's tournament that's upcoming.
Yeah, so we're hosting our fourth version of this tournament.
Fourth version already, wow. Okay.
We had one 2023 and 2024. It was held in July to coincide with my father's birthday, which was July 31st.
Okay.
But that is the rainy season in Belize. Both times we had to postpone it to the next day. And because of that, we lost teams that were participating because they had already scheduled for the original date, but because we had to postpone, they couldn't come. So we moved it last year to coincide with the anniversary of his death, which was February 27th. So last year we held it around the 9th of March weekend, and it was good. We still didn't get the amount of participants that we wanted. This year I made a more concerted effort, so we have 8 teams participating this year. And we're looking at this year as a platform for next year because that life coach that I mentioned, he wants to come to Belize and see what we have on the ground. So if we can have a successful tournament on Saturday, I forgot to mention that, we have a football tournament on Saturday at Yabra Football Field. 8 teams will be participating. The winner will get, we have trophies for first, second, and third place.
Very good.
A trophy for the best player of the tournament. But first, second, and third place, all the participants also get medals as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to have a good platform, a good event this year, so that next year, once we can bring our main sponsor and donor to the organization to Belize, we have something.
So you're mentioning that you would like to make this a successful event and make it a good event.
Correct.
What would it take for it to be a successful event?
Well, right now, since we have all participating teams, we just need support from the community. So if everyone can come out, watch these kids play the beautiful game, support them, and be enthusiastic and cheer them on. For kids to be good at education, they also want to excel in sports because you build confidence when you play sports. That confidence drives into the classroom. You can be excel in school as well there.
Okay, so by the sounds of it, this is going to be at the Yabra Field, right?
Exactly.
Where you grew up playing, and now you're coming back and giving back to the community.
Correct.
What time does the tournament start?
It starts at 9 in the morning.
9.
And it'll go all day. It'll be a single elimination tournament. You lose and you're out. Since we have 8 teams, we have to make sure that we manage for daylight.
How do you feel recruiting the teams to participate in this event?
Well, we try not to handle that part. We leave that part up to the football experts. Jerome is the football expert, so we let him handle recruiting the teams. We finance it, we plan for it, and then he executes the football inside of it. So I did try to help out a little bit. So over social media, I did reach out to Ian Gaynor from the Belize District Football. I provided him the flyer and asked him help us promote it as well. So he was very integral in that part as well for us.
And so people can come this weekend and watch this tournament.
Exactly. They can come out, support the kids, watch the tournament, and have fun.
Is there an entrance fee?
No, it's all free. That's the thing. It's free to come and watch the kids support and play and support them.
Very good, very good. All right, is there like any upcoming event other than this tournament that we should be on the lookout for?
Just the annual tournament. As we start getting more funding from other poor sources, we'll start having more events. But right now, we're just sticking to the football tournament. Yabra, the team does go out and play other tournaments, so we try to help them monetarily wherever we can as well. But if we can start getting a lot more funding, we will hope to have a lot more events scheduled for not just Yabra kids, but for youth in general in Belize.
Very good. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us about your foundation. It sounds really interesting, and we're hoping that we could see the growth, like you mentioned, over the past, I think 3 years, so almost 3 years. So we're hoping for the best as you move forward. But as we begin to wrap up, is there anything else you want to say or remind our viewers, anything like that?
Yeah, the children in Belize are our future, and we have to build better communities, and the only way to do that is through our youth. The youth are the future of tomorrow. Pour into them, and they'll pour into their youth and other generations, and we'll have a better Belize.
I agree, 100%.
Right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Pollard. We hope to see you back on the couch. We hope you're able to get more funding, and so you can grow the organization and help as many kids as possible. So thank you so much for being here and for promoting the foundation.
Wish you all the best for the tournament on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me.
That's great. Well, once again, guys, we'll go on another short commercial break, and we'll be back with our final segment for today.
Yeah.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Hola, soy el Dr. Rosado, pediatra. Hoy quiero hablar con los padres sobre rotavirus y cómo podemos proteger a nuestros hijos. El rotavirus es un virus que causa diarrea severa y vómitos, especialmente en niños pequeños. Esto puede provocar deshidratación grave y requerir hasta hospitalización si no se trata a tiempo. La buena noticia es que diarrea por rotavirus se puede prevenir con vacunas. La vacuna es segura, efectiva y ahora está disponible en su centro de salud más cercana. Se administra en gotas por vía oral a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Proteja a su hijo contra la diarrea severa. Visite su clínica más cercana.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Muy buenos días, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Move on right next into our next conversation. And joining us on our couch, we have members of the Belize Canoe Association joining us. We have Mr. Elvin Penner, the Vice President of the Belize Canoe Association. Mr. Penner, good morning. It's good to have you bright and early on a Monday on our couch.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Yeah, La Ruta Maya is a big topic at the moment, so definitely we're going to be tuning into your updates that you have to share with us. Before we get into that, let me introduce your next guest, our guests that are also joining us. We have Dariana Matos, member of the Cuba Libre team in a mixed category. Dariana, good morning.
Morning.
How do you
Thank
feel about paddling very soon?
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah?
I can't wait to go.
How's the training going so far?
It's been going good. Yeah, it's good, but now we're at the point where we just want to get it done and, have it.
I love it. It's very, very close, like a couple days
Yep,
away.
yep. Already packing to go to Cairo.
And next to you, Dariana, we have Carlos Linares. You're a member of the Black Orchids team in the male category. Carlos, good morning.
Good morning.
How do you feel about the upcoming race?
Good. Ready for it.
Yeah, it's a bit controversial. Has that affected your mood regarding the...
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear, because everybody's definitely tuned into the updates and seeing how does it affect the paddlers, maybe your mojo, how does it affect, the people that are going to come in yearly and support this event. But it's good to hear that you're excited about the canoe race that's upcoming this weekend. Mr. Penner, do you have, so where do we get started with this conversation? Do you have some updates to share with us?
Well, very first, I would like to thank Channel 7 for having us here today. And I would like to make it known to all other media houses, including the media house that's at the center of this whole thing, Love FM, that if you want to hear from us, just let us know. At this point in time, it has, like you rightly said, become a national topic. I'm not sure if that's the term you use. It's become pretty much the hottest topic in the country right now. And rightfully so, because this race has affected a lot of people in this country in a very positive way. It has created a new industry. It is a very exciting race. But I would like to start before I even get into the meat that it matters.
Yeah, okay.
I guess that is one of Jules' sayings, so I'll borrow it from him. I would like to make a few things very clear. Because there are persons who are mischief-making out there and trying to use what we say, I myself, Elvin Penner, and our paddlers out there to bring across their message. We're not going to tolerate that from any media house to bring across their message. The message is La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge, and the message is you touch one entity, one paddler, one sponsor, one fan that makes the race, you touch all of us. That is what we're trying to bring out. So first of all, my role, I don't think I'm a stranger to any part of this country. Sometimes people know me for very positive reasons. At the time they might think, man, that guy really, no way to do. At the end of the day, I'm an activist.
Okay.
I'm an activist. I've always been, and I think I will always be.
Yeah.
Because somebody needs to bring out the voice of the people who may not have the opportunity to bring it out.
Very good. In that regard, what drives your passion to stick to the tradition of La Ruta Maya, given all this controversy and saying we're going to defend this? Where does that fire come from?
Apart from some paddlers who probably have 1 year more than I have under my belt with regards to the Ruta Maya, I have been an integral part of it from the second race, which was in 1999, and have stayed with it ever since. So I could consider myself one of the longest standing members or activists or not paddler. I've not paddled the Ruta Maya, but I've done everything else. So it puts me in a very difficult position sometimes because I do wear different hats. But it also gives me the privilege to make a difference. And the biggest thing, the reason I got into politics was to make a difference.
Okay.
Most of the things that I get myself into is to make a difference.
Okay.
And the difference is always to stand for those that are at a disadvantage, to allow things and be an activist for things to be done right, for nobody to get a chance. And this year, obviously, I think our paddlers may get a chance. And they have been being chanced for the past years. But I would like to separate my roles. Today, again, I'm here as the Vice President of the Belize Canoe Association. So all the views that I will be sharing today can officially be the views of the paddlers, because we did have the meeting where we came up with some motions, and some were agreed upon, others were not. So I'm the Vice President of the Belize Canoe Association today, but still the voice of the paddlers.
Okay.
There are times when I have to wear the Coop Sheet Metal cap, because I am the manager of the Coop Sheet Metal team. And they right now are, as far as I'm concerned, the longest standing partner of La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge in terms of having sponsored teams from the second running of the race, have never stopped. And then thirdly, I could wear my personal cap, meaning what I say is what I believe, is my personal opinion, because I may not have gotten the mandate from our paddlers. So I would like the media houses to understand this, because I would not be surprised if there would be some people that are so pissed off and will take things so personal in terms of what I do and what I say and how I speak, that some of these things could turn into legal matters. So I need to separate myself so that my beloved company will not be affected in some point, in some way or the other. I would like to speak in a way where the paddlers will not be taking a beating for what I say, because that wouldn't be fair. I could take the beating. If when I have a problem with me, can't take it up with me. I'm not afraid for a box. I'm not afraid for nothing. I'm not afraid to die.
Okay.
For the cause that
All
I
right.
think is best.
Thank you so much for giving us, your context as to like why you're passionate about, defending the tradition of La Ruta Maya. So let's go with the updates, because that's what the people want to know. So on this past Saturday, it was shared that Love FM will no longer be participating in La Ruta Maya next year. Can you give us some updates into that? What was the rationale behind deciding that?
We cannot say that they will not be a part of it.
Okay.
We cannot say that. All we are doing right now is, I'm sure most of you have seen the communication we had with the paddlers in the morning with Mr. Sadani Harrison and myself, where I need to make a clarification on something there as well. We can do it a bit later. Where it seems to be, and we didn't notice when this whole conversation arose, that I'm not sure if it is Love FM, RSB Media, or Rene Villanueva Jr., or the actual committee of the Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge, who was given the rights to run the race for X amount of years.
Oh.
That contract, from what I've heard, I've not seen it, has expired. It expired last year already.
Okay.
So the right that they had to run the race, I believe, has expired. The trademark, La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge, again, as far as I understand, has been registered. It was registered, I think, under Orlando Harrison, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously, who will inherit that name branding? It will be the siblings of whoever, because this is all about business and legal things as well. So it was very important that Mr. Sadani was there to give the paddlers some hope. Things will change. I want to say again, for sure, my passion got the best of myself in that morning, where I was starting to speak on behalf of the new group that may take over. I'm assuming that I'll be a part of it, because if the Belize Canoe Association is not going to be asked to sanction the Ruta Maya next year, regardless of who runs it, our paddlers will, I don't think they'll participate. Because the race, even Love FM's race, I'll call Love FM's race because they kind of took it upon themselves to organize it. Even the La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge, no matter who runs it, will have to get us to sanction it. So we are the internationally recognized affiliated group, the Belize Canoe Association, where we have all the legal rights to anything that has to do with racing in Belize. And a lot of people don't know how these associations and federations, things really work, but we can have that conversation some other day. So I want to just make it clear, I am not a part of any Ruta Maya organizing committee presently. I've never been. But I would love to be a part of the next one that will take over.
Okay.
Because the paddlers need to be represented. So I just want to make that known, that my opinions there again were my opinions, how I think the race should continue to flow. But I have all the confidence that it's going to become the race what it used to be, where all these other organizations and entities matter. Where at this point in time, it seems to me the only thing that matters is where the money comes from. The paddlers no got money, so obviously they're out of the picture because they don't have the money to back up themselves. But you asked a question about the meeting yesterday. I'm not sure if you would want to hear from the paddlers. We sort of want to hear from both a female paddler and a male paddler as well. I took some notes. I'm not sure how much time we have, but very quickly.
Yeah,
the first motion was
5 minutes left.
How much?
We have about 5 minutes left.
God. The first motion was to boycott the race entirely. That, of course, was a no, pretty much unanimously from the paddlers, because they have already done all the work to prepare themselves. So no, we can't boycott the race. Strategically, I think this whole thing came up very close to the race, so nobody could boycott the race.
Yeah. I see.
The second motion was that we boycott the broadcasting the Love FM, I can now say, or RSV Media's broadcasting of the race. Again, it's not because we have anything against any entity that is presently running the race. We're just not satisfied how they're doing it. So if they had included us, the paddlers, which they say they have, I have yet to speak to a paddler that they have spoken to. I have spoken to one coach that they've spoken to. But there it was very unanimous in terms of everybody agreeing, yes, we're not going to give Love FM or any media host that is affiliated with Love FM any interviews during the 4 days of the race. They now all of a sudden, when our teams come out of the water after they've busted their you-know-what for hours, blisters all over and really hurting, now all of a sudden after they've taken the literal punishment of the race, because the race is punishing. It's not an easy race to do. People, they have to have a big heart to finish the race, and I'll allow the paddlers to speak a bit on that. But they didn't want to even see us and worse hear from us when they made a certain decision. Now all of a sudden we become important? No, the water has to be level. If you don't want to hear from us before the race because you're afraid we're going to be against what you want to do, that's dictatorship. So now we're going back and bow down to the dictatorship again? No, we can't. So that is a decision, and of course some paddlers have to go back to their sponsors and see if they would allow them to do it, because the paddlers represent the sponsors. They have sponsors that have spent significant money in helping them, so they have to go back and make sure that their team managers are okay with it. I would want to believe most team managers will be okay with it, because at the end of the day, they also want to concentrate what's best on for the paddlers, for the entities that are involved in the race, because if they don't listen to those entities, the race will die, and then where will they then do their name branding? This is one of the best races to do name branding. So there, the decision was for sure to boycott their broadcasting of the race. And we hope Channel 7 and Channel 5 and other radio stations and TV stations will pick up the slack, where they will then still come and interview our paddlers at wherever we hang out, because we intend to hang out as a group more than ever before to show the unity, and still have the message be brought across to the world, per se. This is not only a Belize matter now, we have other paddlers from outside. So that was the most important motion, to boycott the broadcasting of the race. The third motion was that we finish every day's race from the whistle blow or the horn, whatever it is, in the morning, to crossing that finishing line according to the rules and regulations of the race. So nothing that they do, that the paddlers do, or we as association advise them to do, can get them disqualified from the race, because the race is still the race. There's still prizes, there's still trophies to be won. We don't want to be anything at a disadvantage because of what we as association plan to do, or we suggest what we should do because we've heard from the paddlers. The motions were put forward based on what the paddlers had been telling us. So that motion was outright accepted, that we will not be fighting the organizers. We will not be using any obscene language per se. If they do want to come in and interview us, we're not going to make it a physical or a verbal battle out there. It's just quietly boycott and finish the race. What we do after we finish cross the finishing line after every day's race is up to the paddlers. There's nothing in the rules that says you have to go and first give Love FM an interview. That is not what the paddlers want to do. So if some of the paddlers still decide to give them an interview, that's fine. Maybe their sponsors told them they have to. So that was the next motion, that we would not disobey the rules of the race. We want to continue our solidarity and what we intend to prove, and I will say we now because we have spoken to the paddlers, we've gotten a mandate from the paddlers, is not to jeopardize what the race really is all about. We want to enhance it. And then from now, the dialogue will continue on what we will do during the course of the race. The paddlers will now do their own thing. Perhaps have some kind of demonstration of dissatisfaction, or more than anything. At this point in time, everybody knows they're dissatisfied. A demonstration of unity, a demonstration of power. Where is the power? The power cannot be with the organizers, because if the power remains with the organizers, then all of us got screwed. All of us are boxed out. So what they do during the course of the race, or even as long as they don't break the rule, how they demonstrate how they feel is up to them. But we will still dialogue with them to make sure that it's done in unity, it's done safely, because our number one priority is the safety of the paddlers, and make sure that the fans and everybody else who comes and enjoys this race to the max still have that chance this year. A lot of fans were saying they would stay home. I think they're changing their mind. They're going to come back out. So this proves to me, I think it's going to be the most exciting race we've ever seen. Because this controversy brings people together.
Yeah.
This controversy makes the race known better. So I would like to give the paddlers some chance to start as well, because we have limited time. We would like to come back to where we have more time, but we always, you know, the airspace is scarce.
Very good. Courtney, let's talk to the paddlers.
Okay, so if Carlos, Dariana, any of you who want to go first, let's talk about what you guys, first of all, your general feelings surrounding all that's been happening regarding the race as paddlers who I'm sure have been paddling for years. Maybe this isn't your first time, and maybe it's something that's been close to your heart, and now seeing what it has become and the controversy, how you guys are feeling about it.
Like Mr. Elvin said, you know, like most of the paddlers were not happy with the decision they made of changing the last stage of the finishing. And I would like to invite all the Belizeans, you know, to come out the last day. Like Mr. Elvin said, we're gonna follow all the rules, but like once we cross the finishing line at the Grand Resort, we're gonna unite all the teams and still bring the race to Belcan Bridge. So I wanna invite all the Belizeans, you know, to come out and support, you know, and show that, you know, that the history and stuff matters, you know. So that's where we're gonna be coming to Belcan Bridge. So I'm inviting all Belizeans to come out and support us.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Wow, that's huge. Yeah.
And Dariana?
Well, for me, it's about the heritage of these sports. Most of us did not agree with the change. We were not heard. And this is a way for us to show that the most important thing in the race is us, the paddler. So we should be heard. We respect every decision made, but we feel like we should be heard. It's not the same when you are in the creek. It's not my first Rotamaya. It's not my first time in the creek. It's not the same when you are in the creek and you come out and you have all the Belizeans on the sides cheering your family. I don't feel it's fair for my family to have to pay a fee for see me at the end of the race. Probably they won't be even able to get inside because the true followers of the race follow the race mile by mile. Most people that don't really follow will be probably waiting at the resort, but our supporters, our service teams, they will be following the race. By the time it's time to get to the end, they won't be able to get inside. It's too small. So this is the time that we have to support the Belizean people for their right, for their heritage, and we will love for them to support us too and come up to the Belcan Bridge and wait for us.
I have to ask too, are you at all concerned for your safety? Because we've heard that it's a little bit dangerous at that creek at the Halover.
That's a decision that I guess we will have to make the day. It's unpredictable. And, you know, we will have to see what the situation is that day and we will decide. We will have, you know, Elvin Penner, everybody there to advise us what's best to do. But yes, safety is first.
And are you looking forward to or anxious about changes that may come the next year's race?
Oh, we are, yes. Yes, I hope next year we paddlers be considered as VIP, which never been.
And you're the soul of the game.
Yeah. We have to get out of the water and grab our canoe and walk away with it because our service team can park nearby the ending. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because there is VIP sections.
Wow. Look at that. Huh.
Didn't even know that was happening. Yeah, well, we hope that moving forward, you guys are taking more into consideration for sure. Yeah. So let's talk about, Carlos, how you're feeling. I guess, you know, the race is a few days away. How you're feeling now. Yes, this controversy is happening and you guys have a plan. But how do you feel about the race itself?
Well, I mean, I've been paddling for 13 years, so it's nothing new to me. Yeah, this will be my 14th run, so it's nothing new. I mean, we've been prepared, you know, physically, mentally. So, you know, I mean, we're ready for Friday.
What's the most grueling part?
It's the first day. I mean, it's the toughest day, you know, because it's really shallow, you know, and I mean, that's where everyone wants to, like, put your time on other teams, you know, like, yeah.
Okay. So that first day, once you get over that leg, it's smooth sailing from there? Or smooth
All depends.
Not smooth, but smoother.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, you know, if you're winning in your category, comfortable and stuff, then, you know, you just go day by day and decide what to do in the river, you know. Like.
Okay, and Dariana, how long have you been paddling?
3 years now.
Okay, what made you want to start?
I guess I always up to for a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been in sports since I am a child, 9 years old. So I came to Belize 15 years ago, and I heard Soru Tamaya, and I really wanted to join, but I didn't know, because I'm not from here, I didn't know which door to knock. So then I find out about Chris Guidis in Boom, and he welcomed me. And most of what I know right now is thanks to him.
Okay. And was it harder than you thought it would be?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Believe me, it's humbling.
It's humbling.
We wish you
Yeah.
guys the best.
Thank
this
you.
coming weekend. And, you know, I think a lot of people will be looking forward to that Belcan finish still. And
Yes.
they'll be out there. I think you don't have to worry about the fans, because I think they, even if you're not treated like VIPs by the organizers, you're definitely treated as VIPs by the fans, I think.
Yes. And that's why we're defending them.
So we want all the Belizeans to know that we're not doing this just for us, the paddlers, you know, but as well for them, because they have a lot of Belizeans that won't be able to go and witness the ending at the Grand Resort because due to the fact of the charging. So we still want to put up a show for them here, you know, at the original ending. So, yeah.
Wow.
Come out and support us and don't be afraid.
There you go, and do not be afraid. You'll not be afraid too, because
Yeah.
you're gonna be like out there, like, you know, like paddling. So we wish you all the best this weekend. Definitely, everybody's gonna tune in from when it starts on Thursday night. You know, like getting into like Friday morning and leaving. That's always the exciting part, you know. But we wish you all the best. Have a safe tournament.
Thank you.
And we look forward to how the ending's gonna be and who the winner is gonna be. So with that, it's time for us to wrap up the show, Courtney.
Yes.
So we want to thank our guest that came today. We have to thank Alan McCoy that joined us today, talk about his upcoming events. We're going to share his contact details for you to know, like when can you book him. He's available for many events, and he has whole of March full, so there's definitely a spot you can find him. Brooke Pollard from Orlando Pollard Senior Foundation joining us today to talk about their upcoming tournament that's taking place at the Yabra Football Field on March 7th. Go out there and support your favorite team. And we have to thank our members from the Belize Canoe Association, and the paddlers are going to be participating in La Ruta Maya this weekend. Thank you for sharing the updates. Again, once more, we wish you all the best with the tournament, and we look forward, if there's any updates from now to Friday, many things can happen, right?
What I would like
Last
to
words,
ask the
yes.
media houses is, one, I guess we've not developed the right communication tool yet that is more effective than Facebook. So our communication tool is pretty much our Facebook page.
Very well.
So
stay
we
tuned to
will
your
try to
Facebook
do our best to update the happenings on our Facebook page. But don't be afraid to reach out to us, the paddlers, the association members, because we do want everybody to hear what the plan is and how it's going to work out. And the plan may change based on safety. We're actually concerned about the safety of the paddlers.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that the media houses, and we want to invite them to follow us where we go. Because
well.
that is what is going to, that is why I think where the whole excitement is going to be. So, but don't expect us to come to you, because we have so many things to do between now and the race, and the time is very short. But please reach out to us if you have a question or if you'd like to clarify a point. We want to make sure that this race highlights what the race should highlight.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you guys so much for being here, for giving us updates, and we're definitely looking forward to this weekend. I think, like you mentioned, this might be one of the most exciting races yet.
Yes.
So we're looking, I think whole of Belize is looking forward to seeing what will happen this weekend. So thank you guys so much. And have a great race. Best of luck. Best wishes.
Thank you. And it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us this Monday. Wishing you a great start of your week. We'll see you tomorrow for another great episode of Sunup on 7. Bye-bye.
We're supposed to dance?
Son como ron exclusiva la cosecha. Cuando te hablan con el acento te flechan. No se sabe si son de ella o son hechas. Ojo con esa. A place to call your home. A place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up